Today I'm going to be talking about the Deadlift Championship, the upcoming Deadlift Championship, and the three athletes that I believe realistically can deadlift 505, potentially even more than 505 kilograms. So firstly, I must state that there are two athletes who are not, one athlete who will not attend due to an injury, and that's Adam Bishop. Had a nasty injury. I think he was attached to the bar, fell over. I believe he tore a tricep and got a black eye from falling headfirst into something. But pretty nasty injury. Wishing him all the best. I hope he gets better. A real kick in the shins because he's been training so hard for this. And all of it's gone in a split second. So I feel for the guy. So first up, someone who I think realistically can pull the 505 is Rhino Heiner. This guy's been lifting over 400 kilograms consistently for years now. I've seen him do so many impressive feats of strength with the deadlift. This is 420 for 4 reps. Yes, they're touch and go, but that's still an impressive feat of strength. He's got the deadlift suit on, yes, but still impressive. This is the 580 kilogram deadlift, silver deadlift, dollar bar, whatever. This is the 450 recent footage, 450 in the gym. These are calibrated plates. I believe that's a deadlift bar. He's quite a slow puller. He's got that kind of big Z style of deadlifting, but he gets the job done and gets that lockout, which is very impressive. And the next footage, I believe it is 460 kilograms. Yes, 460. Getting a bit slow off the floor, but gets that lockout. It's a clean lockout. Compared to some of the other lifters, he's a bit of a slow lifter. But what I love about all three lifters we're going to watch today, they've all got different styles of deadlifting, different tempos, and kind of different levers, different body types, which kind of affects how they deadlift. And I really like that. You know, I love that sort of variation in how they approach the conventional deadlift based on their height, size, levers, technique, etc. Peeman is another one I believe can pull it. This is an impressive 452 kilograms for 2 reps. Yes, it's a touch and go rep, but it's still impressive. And those are calibrated plates, so there's no funny business there. This is 430 for 2 reps. In the gym, yes, I know it's in the gym, but still an incredible feat of strength. Very confident. That's not a touch and go. That's a dead stop rep. That's very impressive. Doesn't really need that much of a round of applause, but still. This is 492 kilograms. This was a while ago, but look at that. Right off the floor, gets that lockout. Very impressive. Bit of a soft lockout, I'd say. I think you'd have to hold it for a little bit longer and lock those knees out if that was at a competition. But it's perfectly good for a gym PR. So this is him doing 481 at a deadlift championship, raw deadlift championship. He got 3 white lights, got the 481 kilograms. 481, yes. Next up is Ivan Makarov. So for me, I'm going to spend a bit more time talking about him because I think he's the guy. I'm pretty confident. I'd put money on it, actually, that he's going to do 505. He's the only guy to ever get 505 off the floor. He got it to about mid-shin, just below the shin, actually, and then had to drop the weight. So I think he's had time since then to practice, to improve his technique, get stronger, get bigger. This is him doing 475 kilograms. It moved very quickly, which is why I thought when I was watching it that he would definitely get 505. I thought it was more than doable. There was definitely more in the tank after the 475. But it wasn't meant to be. This is him recently doing 510 kilograms off the pads, off the mats. So it's technically not off the floor. It's more of a block pull, just about mid-shin, I would say, just below the knee. But still an incredible feat of strength. I didn't get the full video there, sorry. 470. This looked pretty easy. What I like about him and his deadlifting technique is that he really exploits the fact that he's got very long arms in compared to the rest of his body. As you can see, the bar doesn't have to travel that great of a distance when you compare it to the likes of Rhino Heiner or Peeman or some other slightly taller deadlifters. And because he's quite short as well, for a powerlifter, for a strongman athlete, the bar doesn't have to travel as far as the likes of Hathor, Bjornsson or Brian Shaw. This is 445kg for 2 heavy singles he did. I like that technique there. That was a really good technique. That looked really confident. Probably the best one I've seen him do ever, actually. That was very strong, that lift. So much so that you can see he's got blood pouring out of his nose. Put a lot of pressure on him. I always say that's a good sign that you pulled something very heavy when you got blood pouring out your nose. It's not very pleasant to look at, it's not very pleasant to experience, but it definitely shows that you pushed your limits. That's one thing for sure. So yeah, those are my three favourites going into the competition. Now, there's some other great deadlifters who will be competing at the show. And for example, Pavlo Nakonienski being one off the top of my head, but I don't think he's going to get it. I bet I've got egg in my face now. I bet he's going to go ahead and pull it, be the only one. There's Mitchell Hooper. I believe he's overly confident going into this, saying he wants to pull 510. I think realistically that's not going to happen. He's basing that on his progress in the high 300s, low 400s, the fact that he's had rapid progress. But when you hit 480 on the deadlift, even with the suit on and the straps, the bar straps, it's just a new level. It's like you've reached the top level. It's a whole different level of complexity. It's like putting your video game on maximum difficulty. Everything changes. You're not on novice beginner mode anymore. And just like every 5 kilograms, it's just a humongous task just to add another 5 kilograms after you get over 475, 480, I would say. So I think he's overly confident, and I think personally, if I was his coach, I would tell him to focus on the competition, think about the big picture, think about World's Strongest Man 2023 and getting on the podium, using this year's Cardiff show as a way to learn the events, improve on the events, so that when you come to the next Worlds, you've got a better chance of winning. Also, when you start deadlifting over 480 and you start getting to 500, the risk of injury skyrockets. Does he really want to tear a bicep? Does he really want to herniate a disc, pull a hammy? And that's it, game over. 2023 World's Strongest Man, done. Is it worth it when he's still so young and still so early in his career? Absolutely no way. I think it would be silly to do it. So I think he'll want to lift over 1,000, maybe just over 1,000 pounds, but that's about it. There's Gabriel Pena from Mexico, US. There's a South African lifter, Van der Linde. Very good deadlifter, actually. I'd like to make sure I mention him. Very good deadlifter. I was very impressed with him. Asko Karu, I think that's how you pronounce his name as well. That's another guy who could potentially pull over 1,000 pounds. But realistically, 3 guys in this video are the ones that I believe could do 505. So let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below. Who do you think is going to pull 505 kilograms? Do you think anyone's going to try 510? If you've got maybe 2-3 guys sharing 505, nobody wants to share a record. So maybe it's going to push someone to go up to 510. Do you think anyone's going to get that? So anyway, comment below. Share your thoughts. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things strongman related. Have a fantastic day.